The time is now. The place, Seattle and the World Fair. This is the Space Needle, and practically at its base is the Alaska exhibit at the World's Fair. Yes, situated in this modern structure which the National Bank of Commerce of Seattle has presented to the state of Alaska, and which is operated by the Alaska State Department of Commerce, is one of the fair's most popular attractions. It's an attraction that daily tells more than 10,000 fair visitors of the wonders that await them in the 49th state. Let's join the crowd and see the exhibit ourselves. First thing we see is this 126-pound king salmon, proof that we do things in a big way in Alaska. And across from it, this crumrine husky pup. One of the first major displays to come is this Alaska Artifacts and Art exhibit provided by the State Historical Museum. And across the aisle is a similar presentation of Indian arts and crafts and carvings. Further along the way, visitors thrill to this original oil painting of the lady known as Lou by Alaska artist C.R. Hurling. Adjacent to Lou is this grouping of Days of '98 Gold Rush mementos. And around the corner we come to this biggest attraction in the exhibit, literally as well as figuratively, a gargantuan polar bear shot in Alaska by Oregonian Arthur Dubs. Mounted in this towering giant stands nearly 12 feet tall. He faces a reproduction of a photograph of the signing of the Alaska Purchase. Industry is introduced by these exhibits provided by the Ketchikan Pulp Company at Ketchikan and Alaska Lumber and Pulp Company at Sitka. Alaska's seafoods industries, too, provides an interesting look-see for those who have never seen a halibut. And further up the rising ramp, we come to displays by Alaska's two four-year universities, Alaska University and Alaska Methodist University. Shown, too, is a model of this modern elementary school at Fairbanks. Petroleum is one of our most exciting present-day resources, and is shown, as is sport fishing, a recreation resource thoroughly enjoyed by Alaskans and Alaska visitors alike. The proposed Rampart Dam on the Yukon is depicted in a model by the U.S. Corps of Engineers, and the state's soon-to-be operating ferry system is receiving lots of attention. Notice the scale model of the first of these ferries, the Malaspina. The ship was recently christened by Mrs. William Egan, wife of Alaska's governor. Here are large light boxes showing full-color transparencies of several of Alaska's cities. Transparencies such as these, mostly provided by the chambers of commerce of the various communities and by the travel industry, are displayed throughout the exhibit building. And here's another crowd stopper, an honest-to-goodness Alaska walrus. Man, dig those crazy bicuspids. Another popular foodstuffs exhibit is this one depicting Alaska's growing king crab fishery. The highlight of our visit comes in this large amphitheater where visitors stand around a raised three-dimensional map of the state of Alaska and hear Alaskan announcer Don McCune describe this wonderful state. Dozens of cities and regions are mentioned. The climax of the show comes when the lights dim and the northern lights are duplicated electronically on the dome. 8 stars of gold appear in the sky, symbolic of Alaska's flag, and a chorus sings the Alaska flag song. After the Aurora presentation, the crowds usually mill around for a moment, looking at the world's largest Kodiak brown bear, then at more transparencies, then at this collection of original oil paintings by Francis C. Davis. This same collection was displayed at the Alaska Yukon Exposition in Seattle in 1909. Departing the amphitheater and the building, we view more light boxes along the way, coming finally to the exit, and these Alaskans giving out information and travel literature about their state. Let's hear what an Alaskan has to say about the exhibit Interviewing Mrs. Ben Crawford of Anchorage is Morris Ford, Director of the State Division of Tourism and Director of the World's Fair Alaska exhibit.
I noticed the interest that the people viewing the exhibit have. They stop at the counter on the way out and are delighted to sign the guest book and to pick up the information available for them. I think it's wonderful.
Well, that's it. That's the Alaska exhibit. We hope you enjoyed this quick tour through the building. And on behalf of the Alaska Department of Commerce, this is Henry Portine inviting you to stop in personally and see Alaska at the Fair.